message when I record. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to LisaBug Mind Body Blend. This month we are working on connecting with the powerhouse. And today my focus is going to be the back side of the core. So the spinal muscles that extend our spine into extension. So when we arch back, we contract the muscles that go all along the spine. It's called the erector spinae. Also, we're going to work on the muscles that extend and rotate at the same time. So that pulls in the external, internal, and external obliques of the back body. So a lot of focus on extension and rotation. With that being said, I want you to think about not extending too much in this lower back area. So when we come into extension, I want you to think about the thoracic spine, which is the mid to upper back, and extending from that area of the back, not extending more from your lower back. So in these movements, we're not doing a back bend, we're doing a lengthening and extension of the thoracic spine. As we know, we start to punch and round in everyday life. So I'm pulling this back up and then extending the shoulder blades back and strengthening through that mid and upper back. I have 3 sizes of hand weights. I have 3s, 5s, and 1/8 that we'll be working with. And I'm also going to focus a fair amount on strengthening the quads. This has been something we've worked in the past for getting up off the floor without the use of our hands. So we're going to be doing some curtsy squats and fairly deep squats into the quadriceps. So make sure you're watching your knees and hips for those movements. I have a small chair for balance. We are going to use that today to really assist us. So make sure you have something like that close by. All right, let's begin with a little bit of Tai Chi inspired movement. So come just with your feet about hips distance apart. And then sink down into your knees a little bit, tuck your tailbone under, engage through your lower back, through your abdominals, through your mid back and upper back, lengthening through the crown of the head. Feel your feet firmly planted into the earth. And we'll take an in breath and sweep your arms forward out fairly straight in front of you. Then on an exhale, pull your elbows back and lower your arms down close to your body. So you're almost making a circular type of movement with your elbows and your arms as you're reaching forward and away, pulling back and down. And we begin to use this movement in a meditative way to center and ground our bodies this morning. To find a slow and meditative breath. To bring movement into the shoulders and the wrists. And to connect with our core, the powerhouse. One more time, breathe in. And breathe out. Shift your body weight over to the left foot. Then pick up your right heel, take a step, and bend that right knee. Push back, and step back on your right foot. Shift your body weight to the right side. Step out with your left heel. Bend your knee. Push back, and step back in. So we're just going to do this without any movement of the arms at first. And with LisaBug classes, you're going at your own pace. So we're starting to focus on a little bit of balance as we pick one foot up off the floor and shift our body weight to the other side. We're warming up the knee, the ankle, a little bit into the hips. This will be our last one to the left. Come back to center. Take that breath to begin. Inhale. Exhale. Shift your body weight to the left foot as you bring the right hand on top of the left. Take a step and press out. This left palm is by your waist, right palm pushing forward. Lower the arms down as you step back together. Take your breath. Inhale. Retract. Exhale. Shift your body weight to the right foot. Left hand on top. Take your step. Sweep that arm across and block. Step back in. The arms float down. Inhale. Exhale. Shift to the left foot to start. Pick up the right foot. Block. Arms float down. Step back in. Shift to the right foot. Left hand on top. Step and block. Let's do 2 more each direction. One more each side. We breathe in. Breathe out. Shift your body weight. Pick up the right foot. Last time to the left. Slow, flowing, graceful movement. Finish with one last breath. Inhale and exhale. Take your feet wider and more of a wide Wu Chi. Start to shift your body weight, right and left. Now 2 quick movements. Quick, quick, and hold. Quick, quick, and hold. One more time. Quick, quick, and hold. The arms go quick, quick, and hold. Quick, quick, and hold. We have our cloud hands side to side. Then the arm reaches up, stretch through the side waist. Start to add more rotation. Quick, quick, and slow. Checking in on the shoulders, on the knees. 2 more each direction. One more each side, just breathing whenever it feels right for you to take an inhalation and an exhalation. Now just the arms up and around as you shift your body weight side to side. One more each direction. Come back to center. Bend both knees. Squat down, hands on top of your thighs. Rotate your spine to the right and look way over your right shoulder. Now keep your spine rotated this direction, but just turn your head and look to the left. So I have my spine to the right, head to the left, abdominals braced. One more breath. And come back to the midline. Do a standing cat. Tuck your tailbone under, look at your belly, and open up your lower back. Flatten back down to neutral spine. Twist to the left with your entire spine looking over your left shoulder. Keep the twist in the spine, just turning your head to the right. So keep pulling back that left shoulder. Nice rotation. Come back to center and a standing cat. Round your back, look toward your belly. Flatten your back to neutral. Take an inhale. Then exhale, cat, and round all the way up to stand. Reach up into 5-pointed star. Then exhale into goddess squat. Reach up, 5-pointed star. Stretch your fingers. Exhale, goddess squat. Flex your wrists. Pull your shoulder blades back. 2 more. And last one, reach. Sink down and hold 3 breaths. Feel the strength in your thighs. Keep the abdominals scooped in. Slightly tucking the tailbone and the chin. Back of the neck is long. Reach up, 5-pointed star. And exhale to lower the arms down. Take your feet even wider, maybe heel toe just a little bit. We're going to open the arms out. As you bend the right knee, reach that left hand down toward your ankle any amount. Then open back out. Bend your left knee. So I'm going to call this our windmill. Now if this bothers your shoulders, especially on that top arm, you can do this without using your extremities. So you can just put hands on your shoulders and rotate here. It's about what the muscles of the spine are doing. Rotating back, finding strength and length. One more to each side. Come center, inhale, and lower the arms down. Starting with one heavy weight. So I'm going to grab my 8-pounder. If you don't have anything heavy, you can hold on to 2 lighter ones. But I'm going to hold this weight end to end. Come back into that wide position. Bend the knees, sink into a squat. We're going to bring that weight right to the chest for a halo. We go to the right side. Come around the back of the head with the weight, and then back to the front. Now, if that is bothersome to your shoulders, you can do this movement here right in front of your body. I want you to start to get your waistline active into this. So we're side laterally flexing the spine, creating movement in the shoulders, stabilization in the legs. 2 more this direction. Come up out of the legs just momentarily. Press up. Inhale. Exhale, sink back down. Any amount. Start to the left side. Halo. Now just bring your awareness to the muscles of the powerhouse, the core. Notice which ones you feel firing here, which ones you feel stretching. This can also be done without the weight and just go through your range of motion. One more this direction. And press up out of the legs. And inhale. Release the arms down. Exhale. Keep that single weight. And let's turn toward the top of the mat. You've got your chair in front of you, and I'm going to hold the weight in my right hand. Step on your right foot forward. Place your hand on your chair and take a step back behind you with your left foot and press your heel down. We're going to pull this weight up with a slight rotation and then release it down facing your chest back toward the mat. Pull it up, rotate. Now, if your back leg is straight and your heel is pressing to the mat, your foot is in neutral, you should feel a really nice stretch down your calf muscle on your left foot. Let's do 2 more nice, slow, mindful, and we're rotating backward, using those muscles in the back of the powerhouse. Once you come down, lift your back foot off the floor. Pull that weight up, no twist. Just engaging the muscle of the upper back, the bicep, the back of the shoulder. Your standing knee is slightly bent. The back leg is as straight as you can get it. You can either flex your ankle as I have mine, or you can point your toe. Really stabilize with a strong core. One more this arm. Then stay on that foot and just place your weight down right on top of your chair. Right hand dangles down to the floor and try to rotate completely open if possible. If you need to touch your toe down to the floor, you can set it there. Otherwise, try to keep it elevated. Twist as far open as you feel comfortable and hold 3 breaths. This top hand can come to the hip if that bothers your shoulder. One more breath. And lower that hand down. Both hands on the chair. The foot finds the floor. Both legs are straight. Fold forward into pyramid. So a nice stretch down the back of your front leg. Hands can stay on the chair. You can drop them down a little closer to the floor. 3 breaths. If your hands are on the floor, walk them back to the chair. Take a step forward with your back foot. Soften your knees and round your spine up. Take a breath. Inhale. And exhale the arms down into mountain pose. Just check in for a moment. Notice what you're experiencing in your body. Then we'll retrieve that weight into your left hand. Left foot is in front, right foot is behind, right hand is on the floor, and push your right heel down into the mat. That weight is dangling close to the side of your left knee. We'll pull the weight up and add a twist. And then lower down. So a couple of ways we can do this with the head. You can turn your head and look up toward the ceiling on that twist. Or if that's making you feel a little dizzy or tippy on your balance, keep your head facing the floor and just turn the rest of your spine upward. Exhale on that rotation. And 2 more. Last one. Take the back foot off the floor and just pull the weight up without the twist. And I'm doing these really slowly. Feeling the engagement of the muscles, controlling both directions. When I pull the weight up against gravity, it's called the concentric contraction. When I lower down slowly with gravity, it's the eccentric contraction. The muscles we're working are the same, both directions. Abdominals really zipped up. 1 more repetition. Then set that weight right in front of you on the chair. Let your left hand dangle down and rotate open to the left side and hold. Now, as soon as I rotate, it takes me off balance. So you might have to put your right foot down or place your left hand on your hip. 3 breaths. Little bitty bend in your standing leg. Back leg is really straight and active. Engage your glute and your quad. And lower back down. Both hands on the chair. Step your right foot back. Both legs are straight. Pyramid pose. Lower down. Hands coming wherever it feels comfortable for you. Stretch the front hamstring. And breathe. Two more breaths. Bring hands back to the chair. Rising up slightly, step the back foot forward. Bend your knees. Round your back all the way up. To restack your spine, take a breath in, reach up. Exhale, the arms float down, mountain pose. Retrieve that 1 heavy weight or 2 light ones again as we come into curtsy squat. Weights come to the chest. Keep most of your body weight on your left foot. Pick up your right knee, step behind, and bend your knees down and come up. Tap your toe to the side. Do that again. Step behind with your right foot. Bend both knees. Rise up. Tap your toe to the side. Slow control. So we're working on balance and focusing on strengthening your left leg here. One more without the arms. Option, cross that right foot behind. As you drop down, lower the weight and look over your left shoulder. Come back up. Lift the leg up. Cross behind. Rotate, reach the weight down. Pull it back into the chest. Lift the leg. So as I layer on difficulty here, you can stay maybe just with a foot to the floor or take the weight out of your hand. Any options here. Last option is to add an overhead press. If you have shoulder issues, your overhead press might just look like this, right to the forehead. As long as you're getting some work in those shoulders. Let's do one more on this side. I'm really feeling that left leg. Come back to center. Release the arms down. Just check in. What are you feeling? My most work here feels like in this left glute, in the quadricep. My heart rate is up. So let's bring that weight. Shift your body weight to the right foot. Cross your left foot behind. And then see how low you can bend your knees. And then come back up. Point the toe. We're going slow, controlled, working strength and balance. So your curtsy squat might just be right here, small knee bend. Is there a difference between your right leg and your left? If so, what's the reason for you? Next option is to add rotation. So as that foot crosses back and we bend our knee, we reach the weights down to the right side. Bring it back in. Option to lift your leg up. Cross back. Drop down. Rotate. Reach down. Balance. Ooh, this side is challenging for me today. So what helps with our balance? Our drishti, or our focal point, where we're looking, engaging with the powerhouse, connecting with the core. If you'd like to add the shoulder press, reach up. Maybe the toe is still touching the floor as the leg is side. 4 more repetitions slow. Super challenging. Curtsy squats really focus on isolating single leg work, balance, core stabilization. We have 2 more. Any modification for you. And when you've finished, come back to center and release the weight down. 2 light weights. And I'm going for my 3s. So this movement comes from bar. So bring your feet parallel. Bend your knees like you're sitting into a chair pose. My chest is up, so my upper body's not folding forward. I've got a good chair position. Bring the weights back behind and lift and lower halfway down. Lift halfway down. This can be done again without weights, just squeezing the back of the shoulders, the mid and upper back. The chair pose gets my upper body on a slight angle forward. So I can use gravity in my favor to work the back of the shoulders. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the arms all the way down, rise up out of the legs, roll those shoulders back. Step your feet really wide. Bend your knees down into your legs any amount. The arms are out, and lift halfway down. Lift halfway down. So I know there's a lot of reasons this might be bothersome to shoulders. So many variations. Elbows can be bent. We can bring this into an upright row. All good options. And it's best to not lift the arms higher than the level of the top of your shoulders. Your palms can also face forward, which rotates the upper arm bone, the humerus, and slightly protects the rotator cuff from impingement. 8, 7, 6, even without weight can be a challenge. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the arms down, press up out of the legs, roll those shoulders back, step your feet back together. So we worked the shoulder on this angle. We worked it on this angle. Now we're going to work it on this angle moving back. So to get in that position, bend your knees pretty deeply and now lower your chest down so you're almost level with the floor. Open your arms about halfway. So right here to start. Lift halfway down. Lift halfway down. So really important that you have a nice knee bend in this position. So we don't want to do a straight leg here. That's going to put too much emphasis and strain on the lower back. Options, elbows can pull back this way or they can pull out to the side. You can shorten your lever. 10, 9, 8. I feel the heat in the back of the shoulder and upper back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way down and rise up. As we work the biceps, you likely can increase your workload here. So I'm going to go from my 2 3-pounders to my 2 5-pounders. Now today, instead of doing a lunge where I'm stepping way back and bending both knees down, we are going to do what I call a split squat. So your right foot is in front. I'm actually going to turn sideways and use my real right foot. Your right foot's in front. Your left foot's just behind a little bit. And both knees are going to bend. You're in a squat position. My back heel is coming off the mat. Bring your arms slightly in front of your body. Bicep curl and release. Now my arms are slightly in front of my body, so even here, I get some work in the muscle. Now concentrate on your right leg, on the strengthening of your quad and glute here. We're not moving up and down with our body. We're working with endurance in isometric work. 5 more. 4, 3, and 2. Last curl. Lower the arms down. Push up out of that front foot. Wow. Whew. Okay, swap your legs. Left foot is in front. Right foot is slightly back. Your heel is up. Both of your knees bend. Your butt goes back a little, just like you're in a squat. So if you see me go right here, this is a squat, yes? So I just have a split position with my feet. Arms are to the front. This time with a hammer curl. So instead of my palms being facing the ceiling, the top of the weights face the ceiling. I am starting to bust out in a sweat here. A lot of muscles working. And remember, I have my arms slightly lifted, so even when my arms are completely straight, I've got work. If my arms are down here, when my arms are straight, there's nothing going on. 5, 4, abs zipped up, 3, 2, holy moly, that front leg, 1, lower the arms, push up out of that front foot, and step in. Woo. All right, take either your 5s or your 3s with you as you set them down to the mat on either side of your mat and come to your hands and knees. Now take one of those weights in your right hand, square your shoulders. We've got a tricep kickback, straighten the elbow and bending. And I love to do this one in spinal balance. So your left leg is back, straighten and bend, straighten and bend. Reach. Shoulder is really stationary, so there's no movement in your upper arm. Make sure you're not swinging the weight forward. So this would be incorrect to come all the way toward the shoulder. So I want you to stop at 90 degrees. So you're just doing the back half of the work. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set the knee down, set the weight down, bring your right fingertips next to your right ear, open your shoulder out, try to rotate your body up as high as you can, and then lower back down. Twist upward rotation, lower down. Upward rotation. So in a couple of minutes, we'll be doing this same exercise laying on our belly, which can be fairly difficult. So I want you to remember this one, just in case when we get to our belly, it's not working for you and you want to come back up to your hands and knees. 3 more. Rotate up. 2. And 1. Set the right hand down. Take the weight in your left hand. Bring your elbow up. Tricep kickback. Straighten, bend. Option, your right leg is extended back. That leg is really active. You're squeezing your leg as straight as you can. Really firing your thigh bones. Squeeze your right gluteal. Feel the work there. Then check to make sure your head is neutral. Try not to swing the weight forward. A lot to think about in this movement. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knee comes down, weight comes down. Bring the fingertips of your left hand by your left ear and rotate up into that twist. Come down, rotate up. Inhale down, exhale to rotate. My spine is fairly neutral here, as neutral as I can make it as I'm doing this twist. You can turn your head upward or keep your head to face the floor. 4 more. 3. 2. And 1. Set that left hand down. Reach your arms out into a child's pose. Let your triceps stretch, your lat muscles stretch, and breathe. Now, either remaining in child's pose or taking a downward dog to experience a stretch in the backs of the legs, but still getting that lengthening through the arms, through the upper body. Either pose, 2 more breaths. And from your child's pose or down dog, find a plank position from the elbows or from the hands, from the knees or from the toes. Just hold steady. We breathe in, 2, breathe out, 2. In, 2, breathe out, 2. 8 more breaths. Breathe out. 7. Breathe out. 6. Try to tweak your alignment, make it a little better. Scoop your abs in and up. 4 more breaths. In, 2, and out, 2. 2 more breaths. Last one. Exhale. Lower your knees down. Come all the way down to your belly. Keep your hands just underneath the shoulders. Take the top of your feet and press them solidly into the mat. Tighten your thighs. Come up into a baby cobra. We lift and lower. So I'm just barely using my arms for some assistance here. But 90% of the work is coming from my spinal extensors. Now at the beginning of class, I mentioned not to put the back extension here in your lower back. I want you to put it in the upper back to mid back. Just picking the upper portion of your spine away from the floor. Keep your legs active. 4, 3, 2, last one. Come down, place one hand on top of the other, and set your forehead right down onto your hands. Your left elbow will stay firmly into the floor. As you start to rotate to your right, let your right elbow come up off the floor and lower back down. Upward rotation. So this is the one I talked about. If it's hard here on your belly, come back up to your hands and knees and do that from an all fours position. We have 3 more to the right side. And my forehead is staying right on the back of my hands. My legs are staying active and long. 1 more. And relax. Now notice, did you use your neck muscles a lot? So just let your head relax into your hands. Your right elbow stays down. Your left elbow comes up and down. Notice where you're feeling the action in the powerhouse, into the back body. We've got a little bit of spinal rotation, a little bit of spinal extension, and it's coming up away from gravity. So sometimes labeled upward rotation. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Lower down and relax. We'll bring our hands back underneath the shoulders. Keep your elbows in close to your waist and push yourself up to your knees and back into your child's pose to recover the back. Two more breaths. Now practicing standing up from the floor. Right from hands and knees here. Take a step forward with your right foot. Put your hands on your thighs and then stand yourself up. You might have to tuck your back toes under. Put your body weight into that front foot and stand up. Your same left foot is going to step back behind you until your knee can come down to the floor. Now, if you need your chair, set it out in front of you or a wall. Stand up. Same foot goes back down to the floor. We've got 5 on this side, 3 more to go. Stand up. You can also do it without your hand here on your thigh, maybe reaching the arms forward. 2 more. Stand up. One more. Once you get back down to the floor, we're going to straighten out this front leg and fold over that hamstring. You can use your hand weights if you need to bring yourself up a little bit. They work great as blocks. You can use your chair. Relax into that stretch. Pull your toes up. Your knees can be bent as much as you need. But if you're up here, this is okay. If you're feeling a stretch, you can be upright. Let's take one more breath in your hamstring stretch. And then we'll switch the leg that's in front. So I'm just going to swing this one around to the back and step my left foot forward. All right, let's see how we do on the left leg. So we can support here. We can also tuck your back toes under and stand up. Step in, step your right foot back, and lower yourself down. Now, if you can't make it to the floor each time, once you stand up, then your goal is just to step back and to lower yourself as much as you can, and with your ability to come back up. Let's do 3 more. Stand. And step back, lower yourself down. 2 more. We go slow so we're not dropping down into the floor, resisting gravity. Our last one, we come all the way down and then straighten out the front leg for a hamstring stretch. Use your options, your modifications here. And breathe. Two more breaths. And then find your way to a stand, so you can do one of more of those stand-ups, or you can come to down dog, to forward fold, and then rise up any way that feels good for you, and come to mountain pose. Standing tall, elongating your spine, we'll take a breath in. And breathe out. And as you do, bring your right hand behind your body and try to grab your wrist with your left hand. Pull it over. Now see my fingertips here. See if you can grab your bicep of your other arm. So I'm going to turn around and show you what that looks like from the back. If you can't, no worries, just go as far as you can and tip your left ear toward your left shoulder. Turn your chin to look down over your left shoulder. Roll your chin down toward your chest. And bring your head to neutral. Release the bicep. Inhale, let the arms float up. Exhale down. Bring your left hand behind your back. Try to grab your left hand with your right hand and pull it to the side. See if these fingers here can grab your bicep. So I've got it here. Shoulder blades are both retracted back. Tip your right ear toward your right shoulder. Turn your chin toward that shoulder. Roll your chin down to your chest. Elongate the back of the neck. Head comes back to neutral. Release the bicep behind you. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, both hands come behind your back, and see if you can grab your opposite elbows here. Or this is a reverse Anjali Mudra. The palms of your hands come together in prayer pose behind your back. Or you can just place your hands at your hips. Pull your shoulder blades back. Take a little baby spinal extension into the thoracic spine, not into the lower back. And come back up to neutral. Release the arms behind your body. Take one last breath. The palms connect above your head. And exhale to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me today for this blended practice of Tai Chi, yoga, ballet bar, a little bit of Pilates. And I'll stay on if anybody can stay and hang with me for a little chat. Otherwise, I'll see you in Yoga by the Pool on Thursday. Thanks, everybody. And we're still recording, so that's good. I like to be the one who decides when to stop the recording.